All right, let's talk about one of life's most universal and, let's be honest, annoying problems. Hiccups. We all get them, but how in the world do we get rid of them? Well, we're going to dive right in and find out.
You know the feeling, right? You're in a super quiet meeting, maybe on a first date, or just trying to relax, and then, out of nowhere, that little uncontrollable spasm just hijacks your body at the absolute worst possible moment.
I like to think of hiccups as the ultimate unwanted guest. They just crash the party without an invitation, make a ton of noise, and they definitely overstay their welcome. And while they usually leave on their own, man, they can really ruin the vibe.
And that's the thing. It's not that they're dangerous most of the time, it's that they're just so disruptive. They get in the way of talking, of eating. So what is actually going on inside our bodies to cause this whole mess?
Okay, so let's get into the science of it. And don't worry, it's not nearly as mysterious as it seems. A hiccup is really just a simple two-part mechanical glitch happening inside your body.
Here's how it goes down. It's a two-step thing. First, your diaphragm, that's the big muscle under your lungs, it just spasms, totally out of the blue. This forces you to suck in air really fast. Then, almost instantly, your vocal cords snap shut to stop that air. And that's what creates that classic hic sound. So, it's a spasm, then a snap.
So what sets off this crazy chain reaction? Well, it's often stuff that irritates your diaphragm or the nerves connected to it. Eating too much or too fast, fizzy drinks, super spicy food, or even just a sudden burst of excitement or stress. All of these can be triggers. It's kind of your body's way of saying, whoa, slow down a minute.
All right, now for the main event, the part you've been waiting for, how to get rid of them. We've put together a whole hiccup fighting toolkit for you. Think of these as your first line of defense the next time they strike. First up, breathing and posture. The goal here is super simple. You're basically trying to physically reset your respiratory system. You want to calm that spasming diaphragm and just get back in control.
So each of these techniques is designed to physically interrupt the hiccup cycle. Measured breathing breaks up that erratic rhythm. Holding your breath actually builds up a little carbon dioxide in your system, which helps tell the diaphragm to relax. And hugging your knees, that applies some gentle, direct pressure to help calm that muscle down.
Now, if resetting your breathing doesn't do the trick, you can try to override the nerve signals directly. The idea here is to create a new, stronger sensation that basically distracts the nerves responsible for the hiccup in the first place.
Okay, these might feel a little strange, but they have a purpose, I promise. Pulling on your tongue stimulates nerves in your throat, and gently, and I mean very gently, massaging the carotid artery on your neck can stimulate the vagus nerve, and that nerve plays a huge role in controlling the diaphragm. Just, for sure, be super gentle with the neck massage.
Our final category of quick fixes involves taste and temperature. Now, these might seem like old wives' tales, but the goal is actually the same as with pressure points. Create a really strong sensation to stimulate and distract those nerves, interrupting the whole hiccup reflex.
Think about it. The shock of ice water can jolt your system. The grainy texture and intense sweetness of sugar can kind of overwhelm the nerve endings on your tongue. And wow, the intense sourness of a lemon definitely does the same thing. It's all about creating a powerful new signal to break that hiccup cycle.
But what happens when that unwanted guest just refuses to leave? This is when a simple annoyance can turn into something that's actually a bit of a concern.
I want you to remember this number, 48 hours. If your hiccups last longer than 2 full days, it is time to stop trying home remedies and call a doctor. This is the key threshold.
You see, there's a really clear line between normal hiccups and chronic hiccups. Normal ones are just temporary visitors, but chronic ones, they stick around, and they could be your body's check engine light, signaling a deeper issue.
So what could they be signaling? Well, in some rare cases, hiccups that just won't quit can be a symptom of conditions that affect your nervous system or your digestive tract. Now, this isn't to cause alarm, but it's to really emphasize why that 48-hour rule is so important.
So we've covered how to fight hiccups, but can we avoid the battle altogether? Well, a lot of prevention comes down to simply managing those common triggers that we looked at earlier.
Honestly, a lot of it just comes down to moderation and being a little more mindful. Eating slower, avoiding things that can irritate your system like spicy foods or tons of carbonated drinks, and managing stress. All of that can make a huge difference in keeping your diaphragm calm and spasm-free.
So there you have it. Whether it's a simple breathing reset or knowing when it's time to see a doctor, you are now fully equipped to handle this bizarre little bodily glitch. The next time you get the hiccups, you'll be ready. The only question is, which remedy are you going to try first?